Donald Trump can't accept poll results showing how unpopular he is, and his insecurities run deeper than politics.
I would love my legacy to be that I was a great president, and a great president covers a lot of territory. We were safe, we were prosperous, we were doing well, we were happy as a country. I'd like to be known as a great president. A great president takes it all in.
Like in 2017, we will again build the strongest military the world has ever seen. We will measure our success not only by the battles we win, but also by the wars that we end, and perhaps most importantly, the wars we never get into. My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker and unifier.
Good speech. We got great reviews. I can't believe it. We got good reviews in that speech. Usually they say he's a horrible dictator type person. I'm a dictator. But sometimes you need a dictator. But they didn't say that in this case. And no, it's common sense. It's all based on common sense. You know, it's not conservative or liberal or anything else. It's mostly, I'd say 95% common sense, and that's what we have. So I just want to thank everybody for being here. It's such an honor. And if we can ever help, you're going to let me know. And
look across the board. Just look at Donald Trump's net approval rating. Negative, 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 negative. Negative 14, negative 16, negative 17, and negative 19, according to AP North, with no real change in the aggregate from where we were last month. Trump is underwater like the New Jersey Jets.
How long has he been underwater?
How long has he been underwater? It shouldn't be so much of a surprise that there really has been no change up here. Why is it should not be a surprise? Because just take a look at the days that Trump has been underwater. We are talking about every single day in my aggregate of polls since March 12th of 2025. In terms of days in a row, we are talking about 310 days in a row that Donald Trump's net approval rating has been in the negative. And that is why, of course, I bring back the New Jersey Jets.
That's a long, long time. What issues? I was going to make a Jets joke.
Well,
but
go ahead.
There are too many and not enough time.
I know, it's so easy.
Look, which issues, really, is the president doing well on?
Yeah, what issues is President Trump doing well on? None of them, really. He's doing poorly on all of them. What are we talking about here? Well, we spoke about immigration last hour. He's at a negative 11 points there, of course, had been a strength for him. Foreign policy, minus 14 points. The economy, the reason that Donald Trump really got elected to a second term was to fix the economy. He's at 16 points underwater there. Trade and tariffs, such a big part of his second term agenda. Negative 18 points there. And we really haven't spoken about the Epstein case in a while, but 38 points underwater there. Negative, 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 and negative on immigration.
You know, with the Epstein case so low, that very first sentence you said there, they might like. We haven't spoken about the Epstein case in a while. With all these other things going on, it hasn't received a lot of focus.
Perhaps the only good news for him.
All right.
Donald Trump, when you say he's only interested in his lifetime, I actually think it in some ways might be the opposite. I think he thinks only in terms of legacy. Look, he puts his name like an 8-year-old on everything that he owns. And he views through the prism of history, this idea that I'll be the Louisiana Purchase guy. I'll be Seward's father. I'll get America, Alaska. I'll get them Greenland. I almost think he's thinking it's not about that he doesn't think past his lifetime. It's that he doesn't think about what we're going to need to manage and hold on to this new world order that he's creating.
I like that version. I mean, I think there is a neo-nationalist group within the Trump administration that is closely affiliated with the AfD and Orban and so on.
No question.
But I would associate them more with the Millers and the Vances in the administration. I think there's a Rubio neo-Conwen, which is probably having a pretty hard time with all of this because they're a more conventional, NATO-orientated, Atlanticist kind of side. And then I think the president is sui generis, and I totally agree with you, John. What really struck me is some line about how America's been trying to get this deal done for 150 years. President after president has wanted to buy this real estate, and I want it, and I want my name on it, and that is the key. And I think it's these differences within the Trump coalition. We're seeing it here at Davos. I mean, they're doing some They did an event for the Turin Shroud under the headline, "The world's first selfie was Jesus." In America's pavilion, which is celebrating 250 years of the United States, they got Gillian Tett, the anthropologist ex-editor of the FT, to preside over an American-hosted event on the Turin Shroud. Like, there's that element, and then there's Donald Trump really wanting to... Because I also feel Donald Trump he likes Scotland. He loves the glitz of Paris. He
likes Scotland because he has golf courses there. But if Scotland didn't let him build... he would hate Scotland.
He appreciates good gilt work, and he knows you can't get it in the US, and they have it in spades in Paris. And his mate Macron, who's a bit of a player, actually kind of digs him, which is why he's saying, Donald, what's wrong? What are you doing in Greenland? I don't understand.
Oh, my Lord.
But I think there is a faction in the Trump, which is really down the right, the East European Hungarian side.
Adam, you're right, but it's different about him, because normally this is about legacy, probably. Yeah. But he cannot trust that when he's going to die, they're going to make all this naming after him. And this is the interesting story. This is a person who wants to give the speech on his funeral.
Yes.
Donald Trump has always been desperate to control perceptions of him. He lashes out at reporters who dare to challenge him publicly, he uses tariffs to punish countries that don't go along with his whims, and he has sued and attempted to end the careers of comedians who dare to tell jokes at his expense. But deep down, Donald Trump knows that his dictatorial control cannot last forever. He may be joking about running for a third term, he might not be, but he's an almost 80-year-old man already. Time comes for us all, and Trump knows that his legacy will be out of his control. The second he dies, there's no doubt that the Epstein files will be released. They'll have no reason to protect him anymore. He has to know that whatever goodwill he's managed to maintain through his cult of personality will then be over, and the sycophants pretending he's a very smart man with a very big brain will be free to finally say exactly what they've been holding in for the years they've had to grit their teeth. If you enjoyed that, make sure that you never miss another video by subscribing. And if you want a little more, consider hitting the join button and becoming an actual member. But you're probably wondering, why the hell would I do that, John? First off, calm down. The stakes in this are very, very low. But also, when you click the join button and you become a member, you get access to bonus content that I make every week, and it's a ton of fun. You get access to tons of custom emojis and more besides that. By the way, if you join at Tier 3, you even get access to a monthly member hangout with myself and other awesome people, and we always have a great time. By the way, you'll get all that going forward, but you also unlock years of the back catalog. That is literally 100 or more bonus clips, top 10 lists, debates, and more. What are you waiting for? Click the join button below. Your support powers our show, and we couldn't do it without you. Or at the very least, I wouldn't really want to try. Viewers like you keep me here, so thank you in advance for joining.